So we're in Clovis, California. We're just taking a look at a little water leak here in the wall. We opened the wall on the back side. You can see there's the hot water line, cold water line, and of course shower riser. This is a old Kohler right temp valve, and we've never seen these things fail at all, but we got to take a look at it from the back side to make sure when we're running the water that that's nothing dripping on this wall. You can see on the top it's dry, nice and dry around there. When we got to the bottom, you can see there's a stain running down the cement board, and I'm not sure if we can get a light down there and show it to you, but you've probably got some venting down there, so hard to see the bottom plate, but you can see it rolls all the way down. On the bottom right here, this whole portion right here is saturated, so you can see up in there, that's the cap for the what would be a tub spout, and then you can see it's rusted. So what water's been doing is getting through here. However it got through here, we were watching it roll out of there. So you know, maybe the tile is holding water, maybe the, you know, it's the membrane against the wall isn't sealing correctly, we don't know, but it's wet there. Our suspect is the cartridge. Unfortunately, the front of the wall, instead of using the plaster guard to tile, they just went around this plate, so we can't see anything from the front. Plus, you can't get this plate out. That's a mounting plate. You can see it's tiled too tight. Great for the tile guy, not great for the plumber trying to change a cartridge. So we're gonna have to tap some of this tile out, and we got a lot of room to work with, but we don't want to crack something and then all of a sudden, you know, you're out here around this area trying to replace a tile. But anyways, we'll start chipping that out. I think this piece is okay. We'll start chipping it out, get that thing out of there. We're gonna run the water again one more time, just to make sure that it's you know, because it's open cavity right now. But you can see even from the front down in there, the water just sitting in there. So anyways, we'll start on that. We'll take another video when we're done. So we're still in Clovis, California. We got the front side of this chipped out. Well, the problem was is we couldn't see it because they tiled in around this mounting plate. Right now, actively, you can see it dripping. So right there, drip, drip, dripping. Hard to get a good angle, but so that's water. So it's just dripping into the mortar base, and dripping out the back, getting on the cement board, rolling down to the bottom. So just cartridge replacement. So you know, inspection 125, cartridge replacements 275. We've got one on the truck. We'll go ahead and talk to them and see what they want to do. Outside of that, this inspection is done. So still here in Clovis, California, we've got this new cartridge installed, and you can see now what you've got down here, no dripping on the bottom, which is great. And we've replaced the PBU, the pressure balancing unit, which is inside and controls hot and cold water, and then of course the volume cap sits out in the front, which you know, that turns the water on, you know. So I think this one goes clockwise, cold, warm, hot, all the way to the top. So that's good. Like I say, there's no mud or mud plate or plaster guard in here. It's usually white plastic. That's what they're supposed to tile around. So we just chipped out all the tile around here, and you can see the line of the cover plate. It still covers everything, so you're in good shape. But here, no leaking. We believe that is the extent of where the water was leaking. It was just dripping onto this grout here and then rolling down the back side of the wall. So I mean, I'd recommend just leaving it open and let everything dry out. Leave this side open, leave that side open. Use your hall bath for showering and whatnot. Just let it dry out as long as you can, and then just put the trim plate back on. You know, we had talked about maybe the water was spraying down the wall and getting behind this cover plate, but it wasn't it. It was the cartridge in here was bad, or the PBU, or one of the gaskets on either of those two had failed. And so you're in good shape with that. A little side note on these Kohler right temp cartridges. When you install these guys, there's a little notch, a little tab. You can see it, that little black thing right there. You can put it down, but it changes the configuration. It'll go hot, cold, hot, warm, cold, instead of cold, warm, hot. And so it just changes the direction. But put that little tab, you put it on top, and you shouldn't have any trouble. Anyways, everything here looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.